we've been joined by Gawain and Vladimir Kramnik to go through their game, hopefully.
Yeah.
So
knight f3, c5, b3. Well, it's not so stupid move as it looks like.
This is an anti-fianchetto variation.
Yeah, in fact, that's the point, because I noticed that Gawain, he's very often playing with the bishop on g7, so then I was thinking what to do about it. So the choice was whether first b3, but then e5 seems to be annoying. And then knight f3, c5, b3, I found this idea, but okay, of course it's not really playing so much for advantage, but it's very playable for white, and okay, it's not so simple, I mean, in fact, it's very playable.
You didn't want to fianchetto anyway. I mean, you can.
Well,
you don't.
What if I play g6 now?
Yeah, no, it's possible, but then you have to also to check, let's say, bishop b2, knight f6, e4, these kind of things, you know. I mean, okay, it's a bit, it's a random play.
What was your intention?
I wouldn't tell you what was my intention, but it could have been.
G4.
Yeah, G4. I was thinking also. Actually, I was thinking about G4 also. But I'm not sure, because then G5, knight f5, taken D4, something.
But this is actually like a 2b3 Sicilian. I think you've had this against Nigel, right?
Something
with
very
the knight still on
with the knight
G1.
still on G1,
yeah.
And white has queen f3 ideas there.
No, but I mean, in fact, after b3 there are lots of moves for black. There's a lot of different setups. Everything's okay, but okay, I just wanted a slow game because Gawain seems to be very well prepared in openings, and okay, I wanted just to have a long game, because I really needed to win today to try to fight for the first place, so didn't want any forced lines.
Okay, it forced me to think straight away. I used up too much time on these moves trying to find.
Yes. I mean, there are many logical setups. So this is one of the logical setups, and okay, now G3. It looks a bit strange, but finally I managed to get my actually position, which I played already twice. So,
okay, but we actually reach a very standard position.
Somehow I managed to trick.
One that's not in my repertoire.
Sorry?
One that's not in my repertoire.
Yes.
I realised it was a standard position, but I was trying to avoid it.
Yeah, that I avoided Gawain's repertoire, plus I won quite some time, and actually I quite like this position. I mean, Cascas c4, and now I had it twice actually against Girin, rapid even blindfold game, and in a very important game, blitz game, but still a tie break in my candidates in Kazan. I managed to win against Rajabov here. Okay, there's a lot of theory, of course, here. Knight c3, bishop b7, cd5. Okay, main line goes knight d5, but that's what Rajabov played against me also. Okay. But then I take queen d5, okay, e5 is possible, and d4. And all of a sudden, there's a lot of theory here, but it's not easy to equalize here. I mean, somehow, for the moment, black is not equalizing this line. And ed5 is possible, but then of course there's d4, and it's a long game, but I still like white.
Worse,
it's a little worse in my opinion. So after ed5, d4, okay, here I like the outcome of the opening. I mean, I have a rich position. I think it's also objectively slightly better and much more time, so it was a success, this b3 idea. Yeah, knight e4 is logical. I thought it's quite logical. Yeah, DC I decided to play a straightforward way, because black's problem is that the knight on c6 is not good. I mean, knight should be here on d7, and then to protect from f6, and then everything is all right. But knight on c6 is not well placed, and then d5 pawn is quite often becomes weak. In fact, it's not easy for black to just to set up his pieces here. I mean, now not without losing any pawn. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
when I was thinking about this position, I overlooked the concept of queen b2. Before, so then I thought, I'm fine here with queen.
In which position?
I mean, something like
straight away.
Yeah, something like d6, and this is very annoying. Very annoying, because I'm forcing black to play f6, which is very weakening. So in fact, also after queen d7. So that's one of the. In fact, one of the ideas is queen b2, another is somewhere queen b5, and the third one is rook d1. So it's actually quite difficult for black to set up his pieces. For example, I was thinking about queen d6.
Yeah,
at least with the idea after queen b2 to get queen g6.
Yeah, I didn't trust my queen on g6.
Yeah, but the problem is that rook d1, I mean, I'm not even sure, I mean, something like knight e1, I'm not even sure that you can hold this pawn, I mean, even just directly, because I don't know, I mean, how to protect this pawn. And then sometimes even knight d3, knight f4 can come. I mean, it's really quite, let's say after queen e6, some knight d3 and knight f4 is coming. You may easily just lose the pawn very quickly. Not even mentioning about this queen b5, which is always quite annoying. So, rook e8 is logical, rook d1, bishop f8, yes, what else to do?
I need to be able to play knight e7 in some positions.
Yeah, that's very... Now I was thinking, because of course white has a big choice of actually interesting continuations. I mean, I liked everything here, and so I couldn't really make my choice, because finally I decided to go for this very, actually almost forced endgame, which I thought white has very big winning chances. I mean, but also there are ways, of course, to play, for example, like 91 also is quite nice, I guess 97 and 93 just to drive knight to f4, and then black is totally pinned, because knight g6, the problem is h4, and you cannot stop h5. And so I think something like this has to be played.
And you have to play d4 at some point, probably.
Knight f4,
so
rook d8, yeah, but then black is kind of pinned, and d4 doesn't seem to work most of the time, at least.
I'm desperately trying to find some position where
I can get some queen e1, maybe trying bishop a5, and position is quite annoying, I would say, or even queen g4, queen h5, and if d4, it's only, because if not d4, black is completely pinned, yeah. So I actually like this also, but then I thought queen b5 looks very straightforward, or as long as I'm not missing anything, it just leads to much better endgame, because rook b8, I thought that knight e1 probably just nets a pawn. I don't see how to protect the pawn.
Too much pressure on my center.
Bishop a8, queen a4, because the idea is that knight e7 now simply I can take on c5, that's the point, yeah. The pawn is hanging. And bishop 8, queen a4, and after, okay, knight e7, just take on a7, and also knight d3, knight f4. So queen b6 is Elma's only move. Take. Okay, actually I also like my position after knight e1, of course it's quite pleasant. Let's say knight e7, yeah, again. Knight d3, and black is really pinned, rook d8 and a4, something like this. And black doesn't have many moves. Also, sometimes a5 is coming, knight f4 is coming. It's actually white has very nice position. But okay, I already calculated this line, which is forced, rook d5. Okay, if you don't want to be just pawn up, this is a move. Take. And now, okay, I think if I just manage to keep, well, the point of the position, I need to keep my rook, yeah. If black manages to change rook, he has good drawing chances. But if I keep my rook, I mean, my bishop on d5 is very strong, and I have two pawns, so slowly I will manage to advance my pawn. That's why rook a5 is a good move, because let's say rook b8, protecting the pawn, then I just get a4, and I think this position is just difficult, bishop, and then slowly I will push my pawns. I mean, it's very, very difficult position.
I need to hurry.
Yeah, so rook a5, this is quite direct now. Yeah, now there was a small trap, because first I thought maybe this can work, but then above all there is this and this, I thought maybe this is a tricky way to win a game, but then I realized it's rook a3 and bishop b5, rook b8.
Yeah.
It was not a nice surprise. So, but e4, bishop c5. Yeah, and actually, when I was playing queen b5, I thought, yeah, this is kind of only move, because the problem of if b5, rook c1 is a very strong move, and rook is entering into c7, just kind of killing rook a2, rook c7, rook e7, rook c8, and bishop c5, and my bishops are just too powerful. So bishop c5, and here bishop c3, somehow I only looked at rook a7, I mean, when I played queen b5, and then it's easier for white to, because let's say this, also before is interesting here, and then finally I thought maybe even just like this and rook a2, just, and then before e5. I mean, black really has no counterplay. I mean, once I just start pushing my pawns, I don't see, I mean, sooner or later I will manage to win. But rook a3 is a clever move, yeah. And
no, yeah, I thought I was okay here because I overlooked rook a2 coming up.
Yeah, because there's no, I mean, a4, rook c7. No, actually, rook c1, I'm still better after rook c1.
Yeah, okay,
but
I play bishop d6, I think.
Bishop d6, but this I'm not sure, because I'd taken bishop d4. I thought this is very difficult.
Yeah,
because your bishop is very bad. Yeah. And then my king slowly marches to
b5, I guess.
b5, so yeah, it's quite difficult. I mean,
like
also, but rook c1, what I also didn't like so much, I mean, I was not sure about this move somehow. And then just to try to take with a rook, let's say king g2, and then let's say bishop b4, something like that, to try to take with a rook and to enter quickly. Because I still white, of course, has considerable winning chances, but
okay, so
I thought rook a2 is more.
The idea of rook a2 is basically just to keep the rooks on. And
yes, and
so
to protect, because okay, just want to explain that of course bishop takes f2 is a threat, is threat, and rook c2 checks. So let's say after king g2 there is, I mean, I cannot do because of bishop f2. So that's why rook a2, and my idea is just to slowly improve my position. I mean, the point is that, let's say, bishop b4, bishop d4, it's very important that I'm, and okay, rook enters, now after bishop c5, after bishop c5 I can do this now already, also bishop f2, rook f2,
okay,
bishop f7.
Now I was looking at this check instead.
Check.
But then you exchange bishops, yeah, and I thought this a pawn is very
Yeah,
strong.
check king g2, and now, yes, bishop c5, and I guess this should be winning, because take, rook c5, b4, my pawn gets to a6, I mean, this position, I don't believe black can save it, really, I mean, this kind of thing. Then, okay, I will not, of course, play bishop b7, because you will get to rook endgame, but slowly I will come with my king. It doesn't seem to be savable, this. I thought sooner or later should be over. So, and somehow it seems that, yeah, I mean, there is no really way for black. I was thinking for a while about king
this was
f8.
my first idea, but then
But in fact, f5 is not even a threat because e and bishop g7, yeah.
Yeah.
Even I can do this.
I thought I need my king on the
after
left square
f5,
to
I
try
can of
this.
course do this, but now I can even take. And rook e2, bishop g7, and let's say rook d7 also have this, and always bishop g7 is coming. So, no, h6. King g2. Now I don't know. Yeah, I think it was, g4 I should have played, of course. I wanted to do just, in my pensioner style, not to low any counterplay, just very slowly. I mean, f4 was a little bit hasty, I would say, yeah, because g4 I just stop f5 and then slowly h4, h5. After g6, bishop f6, and bishop goes bishop d4, and then slowly king f3 should be technically won slowly.
Sorry, I missed it. What's the problem with f4?
No, I mean, black got certain slight kind of counter chances, I mean, the idea that f5, now I have bishop e5, okay, that's okay, yeah. But after, no, f6 at least here, yeah, I should have just gone h4, some move, because king f3, there is rook d7, all of a sudden, there is a 5 threat. Yeah. It's a little bit, the problem is that king g4, there was some problem with king g4, I didn't like g6, h5, f5, something. I also taken rook e2, I was not sure, there are some pins, I mean, all of a sudden I got a little bit disharmonical. I mean, I cannot do this because of rook d5. Yeah, check, and rook e3, bishop c1, all is f5, f5 seems to work. And then, okay, let's say this, there is check, and there is rook d8, and okay, maybe I'm winning, but b3 pawn, I'm not so sure. So somehow I got a bit just uncomfortable with, concretely, so I had to play a5, which is not, still okay, but it's not my plan. My plan was b4, a5, a6, a7, a8, this was my plan. But still I keep quite considerable advantage, I believe, but it's not so simple. Rook c8, and now, of course, now I was calculating for a very long time bishop e6.
Yeah, it's a check.
But doesn't seem to win, it looks very close as this, and now rook c6 only.
Yeah,
rook
Can
c6.
I start with bishop b6? Or?
No, I think you couldn't. No, this was losing because of rook b5, I think.
Yeah, the rook c6, bishop b5.
And rook b5 is winning.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah. But the problem is, strangely enough, after rook c6, it looks like I just need at some point rook a8 and that's it, just mating. But I cannot get it because bishop f5 check, there is g6.
Yeah.
All of a sudden my bishop is trapped, and I don't have 7th rank and I don't have rook a7. So I was calculating all kind of, okay, bishop d5, there is rook c8. Of course, not rook c7, rook a8 is winning, but rook c8, and I don't see now, okay, it seems that I'm winning, but there is rook d2 threat, and after h4, there is bishop f2 coming also. Yeah. So and I was calculating some kind of strange stuff like f5 here, trying to mate desperately. But like rook d2, the problem is now bishop f7, I was trying to make it work somehow. Because it's beautiful, rook b2, rook a8, that was my plan, but I'm not sure it works after h5 check now. And the problem is that, let's say, king h3, there is g5, fg, king g7, rook g8, king h6, check. You say, okay, enough, I don't want, it's too complicated, so I finally went rook b5. And probably I think here rook d6 was a mistake.
The problem was I had no time left.
It's very difficult to play for this position. With little time. And the position is difficult and very unpleasant. But I still saw that I think after rook a7, it was still possible to fight.
And then bishop e6.
Bishop e6. I think
just rook c6.
The plan was rook c6. Somehow check g6. Of course, I can still, even for example, maybe e5 is interesting just to get my bishop to e5, another to e4.
Yeah.
White is, maybe e5. I thought, of course, white has good winning chances still, but it's still not over, there is still some play. Because rook d6 now, rook b7, my rook is getting to the 7th rank, is getting really difficult.
I can't shift your rook away.
Yeah, rook b6, rook f8 is probably the decisive mistake, because now black is discoordinated. So maybe the chance, the only chance was, okay, rook b8 was a possibility, but then I think I have king g4. And after rook b3, take bishop f6.
King g6?
Yeah, king g6.
No, sorry, I have to take on b3.
Sorry?
I can take on b3.
Yeah, but then rook c6. Yeah, this is I was calculating. Yeah, you take on b3. I mean, after king g4, yeah. But first of all, I take first on f6 probably. Yeah, this is the simplest, yeah. And then take on b3.
Yeah,
so so it's probably difficult, but maybe it's for king h8, maybe somehow. Maybe then I put my king on f5. Of course, it should be lost. I mean, it should be lost. So e5 maybe, but maybe because here it's really total discoordination. I mean, black cannot even do anything. I just slowly do anything I want. So the rest of the game was okay. Maybe I could have won easier somehow, but I wanted not to hurry. I mean, I didn't see a reason to hurry because black is totally paralyzed. Yes. Okay. The rest is not so interesting.
It looks kind of convincing.
I can't move the piece, basically.
Yeah, precisely. So.
Yeah, here it's very easy. I mean, it's just about choosing the way, I mean, how to win. So I decided to change rooks just to make it, okay, it's maybe not the best way. I'm sure computer is showing something better than this, but it's the most human way. You know, because king is cut and then I'm slowly just pushing my pawn. There is nothing black can do here.
It looks very convincing, yeah. Okay, so one game to go, and you can still possibly win the tournament if you manage to maybe win to it. So just remind us who you're playing. You're playing against Michael Adams.
Yeah.
With the black pieces.
With the black pieces.
Okay,
yeah.
not
no, but it's going to be very interesting at least last round, which is very important. I mean, somehow it would be a pity if before the last round Magnus, I mean, not for him obviously, but for the spectators, that he will be already a winner, which was a threat, which was a possible. Today, but now at least, it's going to be hot because also even Mickey can win still a tournament, in fact, beating me. So I guess he will be playing very aggressively for a win tomorrow. I will also do, and I guess Magnus also, because he cannot really afford to make a draw. I mean, he can lose the first place. So it's going to be really, really interesting round.
And of course, Magnus will be playing against Vishy Anand tomorrow, just to add spice to it as well. So it's not a simple game. So there we go. And Gawain, you're going to be joining us for the commentary tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be in the commentary. So
playing
is finished for
so the tournament is it's over for part of the commentary. So how do you feel? What's your conclusion?
Quite exhausted.
Yeah, I'm sure.
No, it's been a great experience playing this tournament. Playing people like Vladimir and Vishy and Magnus. It's impossible to play anywhere else. So. No, I've enjoyed it and hope that I've picked up a lot of experience from it.
But I mean, you've had a fantastic year actually. You've had some really great results.
Yeah, in general. But I've just had no experience playing. I've played very few people rated above 2700 in England here. This is the only tournament really you can play them. Yeah, it's a huge different level. The accuracy required is. It's just amazing here. So concentration needs to be so high.
I don't know. Macaulay, can we have just a very quick look at the remaining games before we let them go?
What happened in Vishy's game? I thought he was better.
Yeah, no, he was. I don't know. Now I think it's closer to a draw. The pawn is already running. I think it's, I don't know, I have to calculate, and it's not my cup of tea calculation.
Okay, so we've...
maybe he still has winning chance, I don't know.
So very, very sharp ending indeed, Basically, we need to calculate, and none of us
and we are not able.
And Mickey is a pawn up against Aroni.
No, I mean, he's technically winning, but it's still, you still have to work hard. I mean, it's still not... I thought he was, let's put it this way, more winning than now. I mean, it was simpler, winning simpler, I had a feeling. Now it's, it's going to be a long game, I predict. Which is good for me, I mean.
Another long game for him.
Because at the end of the tournament, it's already tiredness plays quite a serious role. So tomorrow me and Mickey, we are both veterans, and it's not easy. It's not easy to play.
And so this is Aronian against Adams. So and Mickey had a very, very long game yesterday.
Yeah.
It's
that's reassuring.
Yeah. But okay, he's a pawn up, and yeah.
No, I mean it's clear that
good winning
Black should
chances.
win. Black should win normally. But also you see Mickey, I mean he's playing actually a great tournament, really playing very well here. But yesterday it's clear it was just due to total exhaustion. He managed not to win, completely winning position. So it's clear, okay, he's 41 now already. You know, I know when you're getting close to 40, it's becoming quite difficult. Yeah, long games, not easy. I also, unfortunately, this year managed to spoil 2 or 3. I mean, absolutely winning positions like +4, +5. So you know, it's not easy. I mean, that's why I think that it's not secure that he's going to win. I mean, normally his technique is enough, you know, to win this, but tiredness end of the tournament, maybe nerves a bit, you never know. So let's see how it will.
Okay, I think we'll wrap things up there. So, Vladimir and Gawain, thank you very much for joining us. It's great.